Greetings, YouTube. Happy Wednesday. It is one more week until new content, less than a week until we have the blessing of, depending on how you look at it, another Battleground season and another featured 6-star crystal. So that is the plan. And holy cow. This is a perfect time to tick some people off because there are so many people who are so sick and tired of hearing me say the economy of the game has changed forever. Because it feels like it's overused, but Kabam is changing the economy of the game constantly, and it's my job to not only call them out on it, but also acknowledge it. And that's what I'm doing in this video. In case you are unfamiliar, we have, for the first time ever, a situation where we have 7-star nexus for less than 1%, about half of 1%, 0.5%, of Valiant crystals, which are rebranded as like Superior Mythic crystals, because I think Kabam is getting a little embarrassed that they keep skipping progression titles in crystals. So, in this case, it is worth noting, very much so, and I mean very much so, that we have a situation now where 7-star Nexus are Kabam's golden calf. This is something that they're going to promote the heck out of as much as they can. And I just want to state this in case it's not obvious. This is still a huge gamble. You can easily purchase 6,000 units, which think about that for a second. 6,000 units. Somebody will say, oh, it's just a couple Odins, which I think by itself is kind of a ridiculous phrase for the average consumer. But 6,000 units is, just a casual 150 revives, which an average player like me, even with an above-average roster, and Aegon ranked up in Max Sig, spends over 100 revives to complete the quote-unquote easy path, which is not easy, of Necropolis. So you can either complete Necropolis and be one half of your way to Valiant because you're guaranteed a rank 2 to rank 3 7-star rank-up gem, or you can buy this gamble offer. It's got 1.5 million gold. That, for the record, should be at least 2 million gold minimum and a pathetic amount of ISO. You also see that they're giving you a 6-star Nexus Selector bundle, which is a 6-star Nexus that you choose, I believe, the class of, and you do. Here it is. The 7-star Nexus. So it's the class. So if you're targeting Venom, they could show up. If you're targeting Hulk, they could show up. If you're targeting Shuri, the list goes on and on. And yes, there are some 7-star champions that I would love to have either awakened or that I don't currently have. But let's say you're going to go for Shuri, or actually Hulk. I think Hulk's a better example. Well, I realize not all of these champions are in the basic crystal, but only 3 champions of the Nexus pop up. So, essentially, you still have maybe a 1 in 3 chance maybe it's 1 in 4, of having the Nexus you land on. But let's say you go spend 6,000 units for Hulk, and you get Spider-Gwen, Joe Fixit, and OG Spidey. Is that worth 6,000 units? No. But you can't get a refund on it because that doesn't exist. So on one hand, I'm really thankful that we have another big unit offer. But of course, if Kabam really wants to make a lot of money, they would open it up to Paragon players too. The Valiant community is so small and hasn't grown because so few Paragon players have been able to explore Necropolis or spend thousands of dollars on whale holidays, that the champions that I want to take up and awaken, I already have. Domino, Hulk, and Shuri, along with, I guess, Bishop and Titania, are my favorites. The big mystery, though, is Guillotine, Deathless Guillotine. I love her so much. She's unbelievable. And everybody else seems to not be impressed or hate her, and it's just not me. It's not worth it for me to spend 6,000 units given how many revives that represents, particularly because if you want to save your units, the Winter of Woe, especially for Valiant players, right? The Winter of Woe, and wow, again, we have all these. I'm still missing 13 rifts, by the way, 13 entrances. It's very much annoying. And then we also have the Magic Heist that has opened up. And that is definitely going to be something that's really cool, though. Used to increase a 6 stars champions rank from. That's cool. That rank up, that event is starting. Heck yeah. But the Winter of Woe, yeah, right now 7-star Nexus are exciting, but you can keep your 7-star Nexus. I'd rather have the next point in this process. And I would eventually rather spend those 150 revives to get all these bonuses, because this is where we eventually will see 7-star 6 stones, Steal the Class Catalyst, and a small amount of tier 4. That part I don't really care about. I'll finally form my next one, but I would still rather say spend the units on this. But if you're Valiant, maybe you don't even care. Maybe you're just a whale that's loaded. Either way, the economy of the game has changed forever, but not for enough players. I get Paragon players need a reason to want to become Valiant, and they have plenty. They have so many just from the daily crystals that we get for free. But this is just hurting Kabam's ability to make more money, because Paragon players would be way more over this than Valiant. I think the cutoff should have been Paragon, but it is what it is. 7-star Nexus. The economy of the game for units has changed forever. Hopefully the price also comes down.